Right guys, welcome back to rainy South England and welcome back to the channel. Right guys, so we're back at it again. It's typically miserable out here, but I have done a couple of little things. So, first major thing is I got this bracket all completed. Did a couple of riv nuts, a couple of bolts. There we go, it's going to sit fine, and it is just above the engine, which is exactly where I want it to be. I've also run the, just a random wire here, but I've run the wire from where the flex fuel sensor is going to sit all the way around to the ECU, and I've put the plug on the ECU side, so I need to put the plug on that side. What my plan is, first of all, is I'm going to unwrap, obviously, where I've sprayed the catch can again, and I am going to plumb that all in. I'm going to run black hoses. The hoses I want to run slightly differently. I'm not sure if I'm going to try and go under the filter here for neatness, or if I'm just going to put one over the top. I don't know how it's going to look. We're going to have a look at that. But I'm getting the 45 degree A10 fittings today, so I'm waiting on that, and then I'm going to crack on with this, but we'll catch up when those arrive. Right guys, so excuse the vacuuming in the background. Somebody's just vacuuming up their car, but basically the fittings for my flex fuel have come. So I got it wrong the other day. It's not the return to the main tank, it's the return from the fuel rail that I need to be on, because that's going to have more of a constant flow of fuel. It's not going to get any air pockets, cavitation or anything, which is what you have to worry about with that one. So it's going to be under here. I'm going to probably have aimed down and the wires running straight up. So basically I've got to remake a solid thing, flex fuel sensor, and then remake the part to there. So I'm going to start getting this all apart and having a good old look. Right guys, so just to catch you up again, sorry about the vacuuming, but that's the flex fuel sensor in. So it comes out of the bulkhead into the flex fuel sensor, there into the return. That's all sorted. Just got to do the pinouts for that. So it's three wires that go. One's the ECU, one's going to go to the fuse box in here, and one to ground, and then that is that done. So I've changed from that triple sort of cable hose thing to a double, just to keep it away from here. But this actually turns on its own, so it's fine, but it's solidly mounted, and I can get the wires straight into there probably, and then run them around, and it'll look pretty neat. So yeah, rolling on, getting places. Right guys, final time in the butcher, but that is completely fitted, wiring done, wired in, so that should now be getting live, ground, and a signal from the front. Theoretically now, so should the EGT sensors. So there's only one thing for these now. The next step will be to plug in the ECU, turn it on. Obviously I don't really need to start it, and just see if we're getting anything from there and anything from the EGT sensors, just see if they're communicating. But I'm wondering whether I should just wait, because I still haven't got those little bits for the catch can just yet. So I'm wondering whether I should wait, do that, and then I can actually start it and look underneath and see for any leaks again before I put the under trays and stuff on, because I'm paranoid about leaks and stuff. Don't want no leaks. Alright guys, so back under the bonnet on a slightly nicer day today, and what I'm doing is I'm getting the catch can plumbed in. So the lower one, I actually reused the hose because it's not in the worst condition. That could use a lick of paint, but you won't see it. Got some new hose here, so this one is going to go from there down under there. I was hoping to get all of these under the filter, but it's not going to work, so I'm going to have one pipe. Obviously it's going to be black, but it's going to basically run over like that to there. Not the most ideal thing, but it's not a huge issue, I don't think. So let me crack on marking, cutting, chopping, getting that done. And once this is in, that's pretty much the last thing stopping me from starting and letting it run up to temperature again and making sure everything's okay with the boost pipes. I maybe want to stick an air hose down the back and just make sure to blow anything over so I can check for coolant leaks. As I said, I'm paranoid as all hell, but got about half an hour's worth of work here to crack on and do that, and then I'll bring you back in. Right, bringing you back in here. because it's done. So got that part running over the top. As I said, didn't want that, but needs must. All gone in, those two down the bottom, they tuck behind there. I'll probably cable tie these back so they stick back a little bit. I don't know, I'll have to check it out. But what I am trying, something new here with the connection, because whenever I see these kits running, they've always got two Jubilees here, and it always looks terrible. So what I've done is I've got some air and some oil and fuel resistant heat shrink, some really fat stuff, and I've put it on here, and it actually grips quite well. So because there shouldn't be any build-up of pressure here, but there might be build-up of liquids, that should be waterproof, so liquid tight, and the air should help bring everything through. So I want to check that out. It looks much better like that. So yeah, gonna get changed into my dirty clothes, get underneath, have a look, see if I can wipe any excess water and coolants and stuff that's in there, and then I'm going to give it a start. So let's give that a go. Right, so now comes the fun part of giving it a start and keeping it alive off the heart idle, which will probably die again because Sam hasn't had a chance to fiddle with it yet. Get it started, run it up to temperature, check again for leaks, but also get the laptop out and have a look that the flex fuel sensor and the EGT sensors are reading. So I'm going to jump in, give this thing a start. I'll leave you here for a second, and then we'll have a look at that. can plug for my EG's can box. Maybe I got it the wrong way around. That's something to check. Easy wiring thing. More interested in getting no leaks and stuff. Let it run up to temperature. Right guys, unfortunately it's cold, it's wet, it's miserable. It's just finished hailing. I'm standing out here getting wet through. So unfortunately I'm not going to put the bumper on in this and try and rush, because I want to get it right and I want to get it lined up properly so I can just get it and it looks semi-decent. So I'm going to call this here and we're going to crack on to that next week. So once again, thanks for joining me on this trip, and drop a like, comment, subscribe, share it around, and I will see you next week for a drive.